What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talkin Sports with Jake. Hope we're all doing well. So, obviously, the playoffs going on in basketball and in hockey. So let's jump right in. So, in hockey, game ones we had this weekend. Carolina takes game one from the Islanders 3-1, and then the Bruins took game one from Toronto 5-1. So, Hurricanes take a 1-0 series lead. Boston also takes a 1-0 series lead. And then, continuing on, Rangers took game one from the Capitals. They win 4-1. Matt Rempe scored a goal, which was exciting. You had to know that game was over as soon as he scored, because if you have a goal from Matt Rempe, something is terribly wrong with your defense. Panthers take game one from Tampa, 3-2. And in a slugfest, Winnipeg takes game one from Colorado, winning 7-6. And Vancouver takes game one from Nashville, 4-2. So that's what we got right now. So Florida's up 1 game, Rangers up 1-0, Winnipeg up 1-0, and Vancouver leads Nashville by a game. Let's go to the NBA playoffs. So Cleveland took game one from Orlando, winning 97-83, 30 points for Donovan Mitchell. Timberwolves take game one from the Suns, winning 120-95, and the Others had 33-9-6 in that game. So I'm talking trash to Kevin Durant, who just basically left it off. That guy is an absolute stud, Anthony Edwards. Knicks taking one from Philly, 111-104. Brunson didn't even have his best game, but Josh Hart stopping it with 23 points and 13 rebounds. Deuce McBride with 21 off the bench. I think he was the first Knick ever in the playoffs to have 20 points and 5 threes off the bench in a playoff game. So Knicks bench coming up big. Embiid had 18 in the first half, then he rolled his ankle at the end of the second quarter, had to come out of the game, and was not the same in the second half. It was just 2 of 11 in the second half, 0 of 5 in the fourth quarter. Big game from Tyrese Maxey with 33 was not enough. Knicks were able to come from behind. They were down in the first quarter. They were down by, I think, as many as 10 in the first quarter. They were losing going into the fourth, but they were able to come from behind and pick up the win. They take game one. And then Nuggets beat the Lakers 114-103, 32-12-7 from Nikola Jokic. They might sweep the Lakers again. I don't see the Lakers getting more than the game in that series. They're just no match. Outside of LeBron and Anthony Davis, who obviously, LeBron's obviously much older. He's pushing 40 years old. Anthony Davis is obviously older himself. They just don't have enough. Don't have enough shooters on the outside. They don't have really anybody that can. Davis had a hard time guarding Jokic last year. Jokic had 32-12-7 in game one. I'm not sure how, if maybe putting Olsen Reeves on Jamal Murray, just a bad matchup for the Lakers. Denver's winning that series, no problem. So that's the NBA playoffs, and that was NBA playoffs so far. And then the next day, Celtics taking one from the Heat, 114-94. They cruise in that one. Tatum 23-10-10, his first ever triple double in the postseason. Heat probably won't have Dream over the whole series. He's out 2 to 4 weeks with an MCL injury, so the front of that is 2 weeks. So I doubt we see him in this series. It's going to be very hard for Miami to make this a series. Obviously, these two teams seem to always meet up in the postseason. A few years ago, Boston beat them. Then, 2 years ago, Celtics beat them again, beating them in 7 games of the Eastern Conference Finals. And then last year, Heat, for a crazy run as the 8th seed, went at 3-0. Celtics forced Game 7. Heat ended up taking Game 7, going to the finals, for losing the finals. So now they make it here in the first round. But without Drew Bauer, it's going to be hard for Miami. It's going to be, I don't know how they're going to be able to score much. Hero, when he's on, is obviously a legit option, but he's inconsistent. After that is Bam Adebayo and Terry Rozier. And, Duncan Robinson is inconsistent. So, look, Spoelstra's done this before. You saw last year after Dream Bauer, you had Bam, who didn't take a step forward we thought he was going to last year. Tyler Hero, who obviously is very inconsistent. Other than that, it's a bunch of random role players, Caleb Martin and Max Strus. So, it was very tough. and they were able to go on a crazy run. Eric Spoelstra gets the most out of his teams. Maybe now, they're able to all put their heads together, to Tyler Hero and Teddy Rozier and Bam Adebayo and Duncan Robinson. If they can get some help from some of these other guys on the bench, like Kittle Martin, maybe Nikola Jovic will step up. They're going to need one of these guys like Jovic or somebody to step up, because I don't think they're going to have Dream in the series. Otherwise, Boston might just sweep them, because they're just so good. Clippers beat the Mavericks 109-97. They're up. They were pushing the 30-point lead at one point. Dallas came back in the fourth quarter a little bit, but Clippers were able to hang on. 28 for James Harden. Luka 33-13, 6 in the loss. Then you had the Bucks beat the Pacers 109-94. That game was almost 30-point game at the half. Damian Lillard, I don't even think he played in the second half. He had 35 in the first half. Obviously didn't have Giannis for the game. Damian Lillard put the team on his back with 35 in the first half. Absolutely incredible. He had 6 threes, 11 of 19 in the first half. And the Thunder sweep the Pelicans 94-92. Really good back and forth game. 28 for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Obviously no Zion in that first game. I don't think they'll have him for the series. I think he's being reevaluated in 2 weeks with the injury he suffered against the Lakers in the playing game. So you probably won't have him for the series. Thunder shouldn't have much problem. They got some other good players. CJ McCollum and Jonas Valanciunas, Jose Alvarado, Brandon Ingram's a great player. But it would be probably hard for the Pelicans to probably win more than the game. Thunder are just so deep. They hit their threes. They're so good defensively. They're well coached, and Pelicans, they're not as well coached. They don't hit their threes well. They're not as good defensively. They're just overmatched in the series. Pelicans. Oh, you go. They're a sneaky team. There's a reason that they were the 8th seed, end up being the 8th seed. Thunder should win that series, no problem. Do a little recap. I'm not sure if I did my predictions live, but I predicted Cleveland over Orlando in 6, although I think Orlando is I said it was a sneaky contender. I do think Cleveland will win in 6 games. I said Minnesota over Phoenix in 7. A lot of people are picking the Suns, but I just think that they're so bad defensively. They're very thin. Timberwolves are so good defensively. They're a little deeper. I picked the Knicks to beat the Sixers. I said in 6 games. I put up kind of a fight, because they do have Joel Embiid back. Obviously, Tyrese Maxey is a phenomenal player. Nick Nurse is a very good coach. Obviously, been here before. But now with Embiid, possibly, definitely not being 100%. He's already not under 100%. Now he rolled his ankle, didn't look the same. If Tyrese Maxey is the only guy pulling his weight, Knicks might win in 5 games. It might be in 5. Obviously, I'm hoping less games as possible, so Knicks are as rest as possible. I picked them negative. Like I said, I think I picked them to sweep the Lakers. The Lakers they can't beat this team. They just can't. Celtics Heat. I picked Boston in 6. Boston should really sweep them, but I thought he'll find a way to somehow make it interesting. They always do. But I think Boston will ultimately win in 6. If Jimmy Butler was there, I would have said probably go 7. Again, even if Jimmy was there, I said Boston should still win in 5, but it's Celtics Heat. Jimmy Butler will somehow make the series. I picked Dallas beat Clippers in 6 games. The Clippers are old. The Dallas has been playing well, but Clippers take game 1. I just picked Indiana to beat Milwaukee in 7 because I don't think Giannis is probably going to miss at least a few games. I'm not sure if he'll play in the series. It said possibly 2 to 4 weeks. So they might not get him in the entire series. And then Indiana's horrible defensively. They're very inexperienced, but look at Milwaukee. You have Damian Lillard, who is obviously a great player. He's had some playoff experience, and Chris Middleton. Other than that, they're pretty thin. It's a Doc Rivers coach team, not good defensively. Indiana's got Halliburton, who wasn't the same after the All-Star break, but still is a great player. Siakam's obviously a great player. He's a former NBA champion, and they're I think a little deeper than the Bucks. The Bucks took game 1 no problem. Thunder Pelicans, I took the Thunder in 5. Pelicans don't have Zion. It's going to be hard for them to do much of anything. Thunder might sweep them, though. Game 1 was very close, so we'll see. NHL for the series, I said Florida in 7. A lot of people are taking Tampa because of how experienced here. They have Andrei Vasilevsky, who's very threatening in the playoffs, but I think Florida's really good. They obviously had a crazy run to the Cup final last year. They're one of the best teams in the league this year. They're incredible offensively. They got pretty good goalie in Sergei Obviously, he had an incredible run last year in the playoffs. He's a great goalie. Obviously, his first couple of years at the end of the big contract from Florida were rough, but last few years he settled in and played very well. So I think they'll get past Tampa. I bet the Rangers beat the Capitals in 5. Capitals might grab a game, but Swedes are very hard, but the Rangers should beat the Capitals, no problem. If Colorado against Winnipeg, I picked Colorado in 6. They're experienced. They're obviously incredible offensively. They won the Cup 2 years ago. Been here before. But Winnipeg did take game 1. Vancouver and Nashville, I picked Vancouver to win in 6. I see some people taking the Preds. Pull off an upset. They're just so mediocre. I don't see it. Vancouver's a better hockey team. Delta happens. I picked Carolina to beat the Islanders in 5. Islanders just don't have enough offense. Offensively, they were a little bit better, but still, to me, don't have enough. They struggled defensively. Soroka didn't have his best year. Carolina's a really good team. They're the whole package. They've been here before. They're really good defensively, well coached. They should take care of their problem. They beat them in 6 games last year. They should take care of business again. I picked Boston to beat the Leafs in 6. It's Toronto, guys. It's Toronto. They're not winning. I don't think Boston's going on a huge run either, but Toronto is not great defensively. Samsonov is not a great goalie. They're going to lose, and based off how Game 1 went, this might be over shorter than 6 games. Might be 4 or 5. So that's what I got so far. We're gonna finish off. The NBA Awards finalists were announced last night, so let's go over them, and I'm gonna give my picks. I'm gonna read them off and then I'll give my pick, and then I'll go to the next award. Most valuable player, the NBA MVP. The finals were Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, and Shai Alexander. I thought this was pretty fair. You got obviously Jokic and Shai got to be finals. Luka, I've always thought he's a little bit overrated. I mean, you couldn't give it to him because he didn't play enough games. Other than that, I don't think Giannis, he's obviously phenomenal, but I don't think he was an MVP finalist this year. And just looking around the league, who else were you going to give it to? I think you can make a case for Jalen Brunson. I think Brunson should be in the top 5. I mean, I'm all about the top 3. So I guess Luka's probably the 3rd candidate. To me, the answer is Shai Alexander. I know a lot of people are saying Jokic, and I love me some Nikola Jokic, but Shai averaged 27 points a game this year. He led with Thunder to the 1st seed. He plays on both ends. He was extremely clutch this year. To me, he's the most valuable player. The defensive player of the year: Rudy Gobert, Victor Wembanyama, and Bam Adebayo. I think it's Wemby. He was historically great when it came to blocking shots. He's doing it as a rookie. It's incredible. I don't think it's Gobert this year. I like Bam a lot. You see what he does on the defensive end. He found was the defensive player of the year finalist. No, he said each of the last 2 years that he thinks that he should have won it. I don't think he should have done that, but being second team on defense was very fair. So I think it's Victor Wembanyama though. Rookie of the year, it's Wemby, Chet Holmgren, and Brandon Miller. It should be Wembanyama. This one shouldn't be that close. I like Chet a lot. He had a very good year. Brandon Miller had a very good year, especially down the stretch, but it's not really much of a contest. Victor Wembanyama. Most improved player: Kobe White, Alfred Sengun, and Tyrese Maxey. If you asked me about a month ago, I would have probably said Alfred Sengun. He had a great year, but he got hurt towards the end of the season. I think it's going to cost him. Tyrese Maxey had a phenomenal year, averaged 25 and 9 this year. Obviously had 33 in game 1 of the playoffs against the Knicks. I think it's going to be him. 6th man of the year was Naz Reid, Malik Monk, and Bobby Portis. Again, if you asked me about a month ago, I would have said Malik Monk, but he also got hurt down the stretch, so I think it's going to be Naz Reid. He had a very good year. I think it'll go to him. Clutch player of the year: Stephen Curry, DeMar DeRozan, and Shai Alexander. I think this is kind of a silly award, but I'll say Shai. He was really clutch this year. It definitely isn't DeMar DeRozan. I don't know why they keep making him a finalist. Doesn't make any sense to me. Obviously, I love me some Steph Curry. He's one of the greatest players ever. I mean, the fact that you take him off the Golden State Warriors team that won 41 games and got blown out in the first round of the play-in, they would probably be, I don't know if they win 30 games, but I think it's Shai. He was just so clutch this year. Coach of the year was Mark Daigneault with the Thunder, Chris Finch with the Timberwolves, and Jamal Moses with the Magic. I think it's Mark Daigneault taking this really young team to the 1st seed in the West. He's done a really good job there. As for the finalists, Jamal Moses is definitely fair. I'm not sure if Chris Finch is a finalist. I guess no one thought Minnesota would be top 3 in the Western Conference. No one really thought that. I actually think you can make an argument for Tom Thibodeau. The Knicks, no one thought they'd be this good. we thought, all right, they could be a playoff team, but maybe top 5, maybe top 4, but be the second seed, all the injuries that they dealt with, somebody a second seed, you could be an argument for him, but I see why you put Chris Finch. No one thought what Minnesota will be top 3 in the Northern Conference. So, but Marquinhos should win easily, though. I don't think it's that close. Jamal Mosley can make a case for, with the Magic being the 5th seed, but I think it's Marquinhos this year. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. Until next time, so long, and have a great day.